YouTube, what's going on? BD Wolfgang 1980 here, aka Bezell, the man that seemed the place to be in the QCNC. Well, good morning to you all. It's one of my favorite days of the week. It's time to review Lucha Underground for January 21st, 2015. Show starts off, we're in the temple, showing the crowd getting into it, getting pumped up with a little bit of music going on in the background. Matt Stryker and Vampiro welcome us in, and then let us know tonight we will see a rematch between Drago and King Cuerno, but this time it will be a last luchador standing. From there, we get right to some action. We're going to have Mr. Cisco with Bezell in their corner and Cortez Castro versus Pimpinela Escalarta and Mascarita Sagrada. Okay, right from the get-go, Cisco and Cortez are not entertained by Pimpinela's antics and double-team him, but he does mount a small comeback. Cisco keeps him grounded. Not a lot of lucha yet. Cisco and Cortez are doing mostly brawling style. Now from there, Pimpy needs a hot tag really bad at this point, totally getting worked over in the match. After a near fall, after a rear view, and if you're familiar with Naomi from WWE, you know what a rear view is. That's right, we got kind of that from Pimpinella, but once again, it's going to take more than that to scare your buddy Bezell. Been around the block when it comes to wrestling. Flamboyancy and wrestling goes hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly. Deal with it, move on. After a rear view, Mascarita gets the hot tag. He comes in with a signature head scissors, even hits a plancha outside. From there, Pimpinella dives outside as well. Your finish comes when Cortez and Cisco drop Mascarita with their finisher, which is like a 3D into a code breaker. Double team, two-man move. You get a 1, your 2, your 3. Mr. Cisco and Cortez Castro are your winners. Once again, it can be a bit much sometimes, you know, with stuff like this as far as the Pimpinella aspect and all that, but just a quick story, you guys. I don't want to veer off here, but just a quick story. Some of you are my age, some of you are a little bit younger, some of you are probably older. But who in the 80s on the big stage in the WWF used to do this? He was one of my all-time favorites. I had his toys, Bruce the Barber Beefcake. That's right. As an older man now, a man in my mid-30s, when I see these clips, because I have the network, you know that, I give you the reviews here. When I see Brutus now with them pants and that outfit and those hairs, in the hair, I was like, whoa, you know what I mean? But you know, that's okay. So it's just wrestling. Let's not put more into it than it needs to be. So I don't have a problem with Pimpinella's gimmick, outfit, any of that. It's just move on. It's no problem for me. As long as I get entertained, we're cool here. And I noticed none of you have ever expressed any complaints either, because around here at Bezell Speaks, I thank you all. You all are very intelligent wrestling fans. Thank you. Let's get back to the action. From there, Big Rick comes into the ring. He cuts a promo and says, sooner or later, I'm coming for the gold. And it will be judgment day for anyone in my way. And sends a menacing stare to even his own henchmen, Castro, Cisco, and Bezell. From there, Bezell and Castro and Cisco, they put the boots to Rick, completely blindsiding him, jumping him from behind, leaving him laid out, kendo stick, blows, I mean, you name it. Then they put the cigar that Rick had came out with out on Rick's eye. What an intense segment, you guys. I mean, you're not going to see action like that on the E. You're not going to see action like that on TNA. I mean, that was a really intense segment. I enjoyed it. From there, all three of the men go to Dario's office. Okay. From there, we come back from a break. We're in Dario's office. He's handing out big stacks of cash. He says that was amazing. He says Rick and him didn't see eye to eye lately, and now Rick won't be seeing anything at all. You guys watch my back, and I'll dig a little deeper. Can I get a yes, sir? And all three of them say together, yes, sir. Okay. From there, we go to Vampiro, who's doing a sit-down interview with Cage, our newest luchador. Cage says he doesn't care anything about backstage heat. He ain't worried about what the other wrestlers think. This isn't high school. He says he took out Puma because he's not going to stand and wait in line like everybody else. Why? Because he's better than everybody else. He says, actually, yeah, I'm better than everyone here. I don't care if I'm here a week or a year. I am the best. Vampiro was being very pushy, very intense. I don't want to say, no, he was. Forget all that. Yes, he was being very standoffish. He was trying to keep it respectful, but you could tell it was wearing on Cage's nerve a little bit. At this point, Vampiro's definitely pushing the limits a little bit too strong. Cage finally says, hey, I don't know why I take everybody else in Lucha Underground out. I'll take you out as well if you want to step in the ring with me. From there, Vampiro backs down. And he says, anyone that gets in the ring with me, they're going to find out immediately that I'm not a man, I'm a machine. And it had a really cool like vocal effect on it. I thought it was kind of cool. Good segment here. Vampiro, I like your style, but you better be careful, buddy. You might, you better let these young boys have it. You're going to mess around and get your hip cut. I'm telling you, he was being real pushy with Cage on this. Comment down below if you already saw this. Tell me what you thought. From there, we go back to the Temple. Superfly versus Pentagon Jr. And it's Lucha time. Now, definitely, I'm pumped up for these two guys. Let's see what happens. Both men feel each other out slowly but surely. We get some big time chops. A nice super kick from Superfly. Pentagon gets in a 2 count after a nice lung blower. The action goes outside, more chops and kicks. Pentagon is in control, but Superfly slowly gets back into it. We get a springboard arm drag after a handspring and a dive to the outside from Superfly. Looking really good for now, but it doesn't last too long because after an exchange of chops and slaps, Pentagon hits a running driver, which we all know that thing is very devastating. If you haven't seen Lucha Underground, what are you waiting on? I mean, check this moves out. He hits that running driver for a 1, 2, 3. Short match, still good match. Now I'm gonna stop right here again because I don't know if those of you who watched this, there was an underlying theme going on the whole show tonight. It seemed like the Lucha was cut down a lot. Now tell me, Bezell, you're crazy. They were off the hook, but I don't think so. I think tonight they were kind of testing the waters of giving us more storytelling and more of a traditional sense of pro wrestling. Because you don't want it to become a spot fest every week. You see this. You're going to see the same moves. Let's face it. These guys can only do what they can do. So you're going to have to do it sporadically. So tell me, comment down below. To me, it felt like the whole show tonight, from start to finish, they were kind of really picking and choosing their spots as opposed to doing full-blown 4th of July fireworks. But comment down below. Tell me what you thought. Either way, I think they did it well. Your winner was Pentagon Jr. From there, he cuts a promo saying he thought Chavo was a legend, but he's a fraud. But don't worry, I know someone who will help. I know someone who will have my back. And he says, I'm Pentagon Jr. and I have zero fear. Now, he did cut the promo in Spanish. They had subtitles. From there, we go to a break. We come back. It is Temple time. Sexy Star versus El Mariachi Loco. From the beginning, Mariachi is trying to be cute, totally disrespecting Star. He's blowing kisses. He's trying to take off his vest like he's working at Chippendales. But Star ain't having it. They tie up. We get a standing switch go behind. Star can work. For those of you who've never seen the show, you're definitely missing out. Or female luchadora, let me tell you something. She can go in there with anybody, and she's really earned my respect. From there, let's see. Oh, yeah, she can work. For those of you who don't know, we get a tilt-the-world head scissors from Star. Big-time bicycle kick from Star. Mariachi regains control after some hair pulling. Big-time chop from Loco to Star, which, she took it like a man, let me tell you. But instead of it taking her down, it fired her up. Flying crossbody off the top rope to the outside from Star. Now the finish comes with Mariachi misses a swanton off the top rope. Star hooks in the inside cradle for the 1, 2, 3. That's right. A woman totally took out Air Mariachi Loco. Sexy Star, your winner. 1, 2, 3. Good match. Once again, I mean, your buddy Bezell, I don't have any kids yet. But if I had a daughter, I have nieces, but if I had a daughter and, she's into watching wrestling with me and that's something that we share together, I would be more than happy and proud if she looked up to someone like Sexy Star. Get out there. Do what you can do. Don't be ashamed. Don't be held back by anything or anyone. No, I think Sexy Star is not only a really good worker, it's not a gimmick to me with her. She is a good worker. And to me, I think she is an inspiration for girls worldwide. Okay? From there, it's time for King Cuerno versus Drago. This is our main event. It is a last luchador standing match. Right from the get-go, we did get some fast-paced Lucha action, but then they kind of backed off the gas. Good start, nice hot crowd. Drago knocks down Cuerno outside for an 8 count. Let me just stop here. For those of you who aren't familiar with a last man standing match, someone gets knocked down, even both luchadors or wrestlers can be knocked down. There's going to be a 10 count by the referee. Whoever gets up first before that 10 is going to win the match. It's that simple. You can both be knocked down. Referee counts. He gets to 9, one of you jump up, you're going to be the winner, okay? From there, we get a nice seated drop kick. We get an impact DDT from Drago for a 6 count. Cuerno gets back in there with a sit-down powerbomb after a reversal. Action goes back inside the ring and becomes more methodical. Once again, to me, the slower pace was the tone of the show tonight. Drago hits 2 German suplexes and then a snap suplex. Cuerno gets back in control with kicks and chops. Drago stuns Cuerno with a blockbuster. Then a Hurricane Rana to the outside, which garnered an 8 count. Still, I had to reiterate in my notes. Slow pace here. Crowd was a little quiet, but they're definitely enjoying it. They definitely wake up after a nice suicide dive from Cuerno to Drago. Cuerno sets up a table, and the fight is still outside. He lays Drago on the table. He climbs the ropes, but before he can jump off, Drago knocks him down, causing him to lose his balance. But Cuerno maintains. Not only that, he grabs Drago into a fireman's carry. He's on the apron at this point, just to give you the visualization. From there, we get the thrill of the hunt through the table off the apron. Super nice, super brutal. At this point, let me stop there for those of you who've never watched Lucha Underground. The thrill of the hunt is King Cuerno's finisher. It looks like a fireman carry into a Michinoku driver. Now, if you're not familiar with the Michinoku driver, you're going to look that up too. But from there, just to give you the visual, awesome move. It went through a table. It was well done. Well done. Definitely the crowd was, giving us some holy bleep chants. From there, like I said, we got the thrill of the hunt through a table. Both men are down. The ref is counting. Cuerno does get up first. The ref gets to the 8. The crowd is definitely back in the game. They're chanting for Drago. They want him to get up. The action gets back inside, and a frustrated Cuerno, because he just hit the thrill of the hunt and it didn't work on Drago. Drago will through it. Hits Drago with a standing drop kick, which knocks him into the corner. From there, we get a running seated drop kick. From there, he gets some cable from under the ring. He ties Drago to the post, arms around the neck, even had it through his mouth at one point. He's pulling back on the ropes. He's got his leg up on the post. He's giving it all he's got. Drago cannot move. The referee has no choice but to count. There is no rules in this. The ref counts to 10. Your winner is King Cuerno. Definitely never seen, or at least that I can remember, a last man standing match in quite in that fashion. Definitely unique, good main event. And then from there, he places the deer head, which he comes out with when he does his ring entrance, on top of Drago. That was the end of your show. As far as lucha action, didn't knock my socks off, but I'm not complaining. I just want to know what you guys think. I hope I gave this review in a fair way to make you understand that I didn't have a problem with the way they told the stories tonight. For me, the entertainment part of it is a big part of wrestling. And also, some questions will be raised as far as entertainment. Where's Johnny Mundo? What's going on with that? What's up with Chavo Blue Demon? There's so many storylines we hadn't even touched. As far as this week, they didn't even talk about Mundo in 2 weeks. What's going on? What's the story? We didn't see that mysterious woman. What's going on tonight? Tonight, it was a good show. It had storytelling in the ring, but I still think that they left a lot off the table, kind of. But I'm not going to beat the show up. I still enjoyed it. It's still one of my favorite to watch. It's still one of my favorite to share with you. But look, you guys and gals, comment down below. I really want to know your thoughts on this one, because to me, this one was almost on a tightrope. As far as, you could have really loved it, you could have hated it, you could have thought, meh. Tell me what you think now. Please don't be shy. I really want to hear your thoughts on it, because I still enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed the way they were telling the stories in the ring, but you got to be careful, because, see, if they give us that lucha action nonstop every week, it's going to get repetitive. It's going to get old. You're going to get tired of it. So I understand pacing. But to me, to offset or counter that pacing, give me some more storylines. What's going on here? There was so much they didn't even touch or bring up. So I'm a little disappointed from that standpoint. But as far as an entertaining wrestling show, 2 thumbs up as usual. Until they really, lay an egg, I'm just gonna have to say that the show is good. It is good. I enjoy it. I look forward to watching it. And until then, good work, Lucha Underground. Stay tuned to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for all your support. I hope you go out there and have a good day. I will drop a TNA video for you this weekend. But thanks for tuning in. Share, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend. Now, please comment below. I want to hear your thoughts on tonight's episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you want more of? Maybe you thought it was great. Just tell me down below. We have intelligent wrestling fans around here, and I always try to answer all the comments as quick as possible. I love interacting with all you guys, and thank you for watching me. And until then, be good to one another. Stay safe. Be true to yourself. All right? Until then, we meet again. Bezell out, my friends. Peace, everyone.